Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking the brand new FSL, the FSLabs A321 NEO with the Pratt & Whitneys from Los Angeles over to Minneapolis. The flight time is approximately 3 hours and 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to flying this airplane. The update has gotten quite a lot of significant changes, including even a lot of minor things, which are all pretty exciting. A lot of new features as well. We've got OutSaw included, which is easily seen through the traffic selector, but it is an ADS-B reporting system, so that means ADS-B in. ADS-B out, pretty much every aircraft already has. It's just ADS-B in that not many aircraft have, and that's basically what OutSaw is for the 380, 350. It's pretty standard for 787 as well, and so that kind of technology is slowly creeping into other aircraft. The 330 NEO also has it as an option, so, and the 330 CO also has it as an option. So yeah, it's a nice tool to have. We've also got Mora Grid, which we may see. I'm not sure if this configuration has it. I'm not sure. But Grid Mora is an FMGC feature that displays the Mora altitude within 40 nautical miles on the navigation display. What else do we have? We have the ROPS switch has been included, the ROPS push button. I mean, it's not in here because we don't have the ROPS 2+ switch here, the runway selector. But if you do, you would also see the ROPS push button here, which was an inaccuracy in the past. We have a lot of stuff in the FMGC that's been fixed. So we have ETP added. In the fix info, we can now insert radial as well as distance and beam points. Maybe I can explain more in detail what that means. For holds, we have now the proper functionality of holds with computed, with database, as well as the last exit times and fuels, which is nice. They've added that. A lot of FMGC improvements. Autopilot Flight Director TCAS has been added. And there's quite a bit more that I don't remember. It's just so much that I don't remember exactly. Of course, obviously Pratt & Whitney, for a lot of people, the wing flex is a big thing. Also for some people, the cabin is a big deal. It has also been added to the entire NEO fleet. So the NX and the N each have their own type of cabin, which can also be configured. And I shouldn't say configured. You can, of course, make your own cabins with this. That should be possible, meaning the textures. You can change the textures for your airlines. So that's customizable as well. The lights is customizable from what I've read. So we got a nice new cabin. I've also saw some stuff on the PSUs. You will occasionally see the window shades open and close, pretending that there are people in here, and of course for takeoff and landing they should be open, so you should normally see them open. The signs work, of course. You'll see also the reading lights will work. You'll see randomly the reading lights go on and off, which is pretty cool. What else is there? The lighting also gets controlled automatically by the cabin crew. The flight attendant panel is not simulated, but I think that's okay, because I mean, this is a pilot's experience. I do hope that in the future they still add it. Would be pretty cool. At least some of the stuff that even pilots would use it for example, water waste and that kind of stuff. What else is there? Anything else that the cabin does? I'm not so certain. Well, the emergency lights, of course, work, as well as when you notice also when you do a power cycle between, let's say, APU or GPU and things like that, you actually see the lights flicker as they would in the real plane, which is also a nice little touch. Not something that needs to be added, but that they have, it's pretty cool for sure. So a lot of nice touches here and there with the cabin that I think not a lot of people have noticed. Every now and again, people do notice these things, but of course as a collective, it's a bit difficult to see absolutely everything. Unfortunately, things can't be interacted with, and doing the walkaround, this is something I really do like about the Phoenix a lot, is if you do activate the walkaround mode, that you actually start in the or if you are in the cockpit and you then activate the walkaround mode, you then get out of the cockpit and you basically stand here, and then you can walk in the cab and you hear your footsteps and you can interact with the doors and stuff like that. I think that is absolutely fantastic from Phoenix. It's a really well done job, and I hope FSLabs also does this in the future. I really do think it is a feature that really adds a lot of immersion. So if we can in the future be able to use the slide arming and disarming mechanism, actually open the door, you also need to use the ghost log, things like that. Oh yeah, now that I see it, the cabin pressure light I don't think works as of now, but I think it's being worked on. That's supposed to be added, so that's also something in the back burner that will be added in the future, in some future patches, which is pretty nice. Also, a really cool thing I've noticed is when you, okay, yeah, now it's working. You can see that I cannot open the cockpit door because, just like in real plane, when it's locked, there's no way of opening it from the external, from the outside. So I would need to be on the inside in order to open it. There we go. So that's also something they have added, which is pretty cool. The circuit breakers so far here I don't think work. It's not a big deal. I don't think the maintenance switch works either. The maintenance bus, no, doesn't work either. But maybe they'll add it in the future, who knows. I'm curious. I don't know, I know that in the past it didn't really work. The different IDS. Yeah, here you can see the Ford galley. Oops. All these galley circuit breakers. This one seems to be working, or at least can be pulled. If it's working, I don't know. But it can certainly be pulled. This one can also be pulled, so those two can be pulled. Oh, this one also can be pulled. So there's 3 of them that can be pulled. I'm not sure if they all work. I have no idea. They can be pulled. I think none of them were able to be pulled in the past, but don't quote me on that. So that's also been added, it appears, but again, I don't really know. So yeah, overall a really nice solid update. And we're definitely going to take this airplane over to Minneapolis and hopefully enjoy it, and we'll be taking a look at some of the other stuff that it potentially has. So let's do an AP fire test. Okay. That looks good to me. Two messages. One is the slot notification, which is checked, and the other is weather. So checking this, we're gonna use 00. That's checked. Now database is up to date. It's 20, which is 2601 revision 1 is checked. Put in it. LA to Minneapolis. Everything is loaded up. Delta 1212, and that's also checked. So we're happy there. Cool. We're expecting runway 24 left. Flex, optimum, anti-ice off, air conditioning off. Expecting a takeoff weight. 188.6 is good, so we're going to go 190. Just going to calculate a little bit higher. 59, 59, 61. We're gonna go with 157. 1 plus F, 1 down. It's like 50. Right before walk-around procedure. So crew oxygen is checked, hydraulic quantities are checked, engine oil quantities is checked. Flaps up, and the indication agrees. Spoilers disarm, parking brake static pressure is sufficient, and pressure looks good too. It's not perfectly in the green, but once we get boarding going and the cargo doors open, that should be good to go. Okay, that is everything checked. We do a briefing with the cam crew if we needed to, check all the emergency equipment. I'm gonna go ahead and stow this again. And then we can request the boarding, which we should probably do now. We're expected to depart, and yeah, we definitely need to start boarding now. Request. Continue with the overhead. Boarding is completed. We are 194 passengers, so we can keep this on normal. This is all checked, this looks good, it's all good here as well. Aft overhead is also checked. Perfect, we'll continue down here.
Passengers boarding started.
And that's all checked. Alright, let's continue with the FMGC. Alright, so with that we are done with the pre-flight stuff, so we're going to wait for boarding to complete. And then we'll continue with the procedures. So we can also do a walk around, and one of the first things I noticed that has been fixed is the oxygen discharge discs. Prior to the update, they were one on each side, which I think, I don't quote me on it, but I think that wasn't necessarily wrong. I think there were models, or maybe possibly early models, where that was true, but there is no evidence of that, if it even is true. So yeah, it is like 99 to probably 100% true that both oxygen discharge discs for both bottles are on the same side and look like this. So that's been fixed, which is nice. So let's go and start here. We're just gonna do some just some checking, make sure all the hatches that are open for a reason, and if not, that we close them, that no damage is there, nothing is obstructed, and everything is clear. This is good. This is checked. Again, these discharge discs are there. This is open, and that's fine. This all looks good. And no obstructions. And one change they've also done is in the NEO, the brake wear indicators are lower. So they're down here, as you can see, rather than up here where the COs would be. That's also been updated, and so the brake wear indicators also look good here. That looks good. Also looks good. Strobe blockers have been added. Brake wear indicators looking good. Trailing edge looks good. And that's the end of the walk around.
Larger electronic.
Alright, so we are back. Boarding is completed. We got our final load sheet. So I just realized also another feature that is pretty cool is the cam crew, the simulated cam crew, will also automatically close this door once ready. So we'll see if that actually works today. So our zero fuel weight is 155.5, so it decreased a little bit, 31.4. So takeoff weight 185.3. Optimum.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So it's outer point reset, X pressure is in the green. Okay, they didn't close it. Well, we'll close it ourselves. So let's do the checklists. First, cockpit preparation, I did miss out on that one. Your pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 30.2 tons and balanced. Seatbelts are on, and gears. Nav. And bear rough 3022 set. On slide 3 times within 35 feet. Before start checklist, parking brake is on. Takeoff speeds 156, 160, 161, flex 540 degrees. Windows closed and beacon on. Let's double check the windows here and double check. Wonderful.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, so let's go and start engines. When the engine starting is a bit unique. Alright, and we'll start number 2 first. I'll do number 2 and then 1. Not sure what that is all about.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Running 1. I'm not sure why it is doing that. Yeah. That's strange. I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to stop at 10 seconds like it did there. We don't have a cooling cycle that was needed, so it should have just normally started.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
After start checklist, anti-ice is off, econ status. Act 2 is the only one. We're doing that for fuel savings.
Unlocking gear.
Fit trim, 29.1% set, rudder trim neutral. After start check is complete. Brake check. Pressure 0. the lights, camera, and action. And flex 54 SRS from my auto thrust blue. It's currently an active bug that the N1 does not follow the flex, so I'm going to ignore that and not use Toga. Rotate. Pause the rate, gears coming up. Nav. Thrust climb, open climb, auto thrust, pack 1. Thrust 1. And pack 2. Zero. Heading. Alright guys, welcome back. We are just about to reach the top of the descent here after 2.5 hours. So we're going to go ahead and do our preparations. First things first. Let's see if we can get some weather data. And indeed I can. Perfect. Ecom status, check no status, although check normal. Good to go. And we'll calculate some landing performance. The winds are 140, so they still favor runway 12. Big pull, reverse, all, AC on. Anti is not required. So 155 plus 11.3, that's 166.8. That's what we rock in perfect low with max reverse and flaps full. see. Simulation is also checked. And I am happy with that. So I'm going to do the approach briefing and then we're going to go ahead and start the descent and we'll see you all on the approach. Until then.
$500, $400, $100 above, minimum,
Continue, by the way.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard 10, 5,
knots, reverse idle,
Auto brake off.
manual braking, we'll exit left. Reverse restored. Alright, parking checklist. Check this out one sec. Parking checklist. Parking breaker chock set. Engines off. Wing lights off. Fuel pumps off. And yellow electric pump off. Parking checklist complete. So that is the end of the flight. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. And I'm curious what you guys think of the FSLabs. I certainly enjoy it quite a bit. And I think it can only get better from here. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next video. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful rest of the day, and peace!